Hi.
Hello. Welcome. It's another Saturday morning experience with Blair and Pluggo for exposure.
That's a good way to say it, a good way to describe it. It's an experience.
It's an experience. It's a Saturday morning experience, whether you're drinking coffee or, as I've got, an energy drink.
I've got a Coke Zero going, so I mean, it is what it is.
Coke Zeros are good. Zero flavor. I like the zero sugar offerings that they make.
So do I.
Like everything. Like sugar's nice and all, but sometimes it's too much. This is probably, I'm going to be bouncing off the walls here hopefully soon.
I got a couple energy drinks over yonder that's, I figured cranking one up, but might not be the best idea, so
why not? Let's get weird. It's Father's Day weekend, Blair. Let's get weird.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah.
Tarps off. Let's go.
Let's go. So we're back. Better than ever. There's a lot to unpack today. We're going to talk what GCW's got a card tonight.
Yeah.
Wrestling Revolver's got a big card tonight. Tomorrow, Prestige. And they're all stacked cards. It's insanity.
From top to bottom, it's like there's not a match that won't hit. It's consistent bangers. They should just call this weekend certified bangers. That's how great it is.
And if you factor, like I said last night, Action Wrestling had a nice little card with our boy Alex Kane, and Billy Starks was there, and then No Holds Barred, Shaz McKenzie, Deathmatch McKenzie, who I don't know why Sean Ross Sapp's beefing with her. She's tough, man. I'd be scared. She took some skewers to the forehead, but hey.
If SRS isn't lucky, he's better watch himself. He's gonna take a light tube to the head one of these days.
I know she showed out yesterday. She won too. Crazy stuff. But yeah, we got a lot. And then last weekend was, I don't want to say it was a downer weekend. There just wasn't as many shows, so it was a little lighter. But man, lots of stuff.
It was a bit of a slow weekend. This weekend definitely makes up for it. I know when we were talking about it beforehand, it was like Saturday night was like, okay, well, there's two shows going on almost at the exact same time.
Yeah.
How are we doing this? So instead we're recording Saturday. So
yeah, well, full shoot. We were going to do this Sunday morning, and then we were trying to figure it out, and then things kind of fell into place where we moved back to Saturday. But yeah, that would have been a tough sled today to try to figure out, like, all right, we would have been up for a while because the GCW show starts at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So that'll go till probably 1 or 2. So we'd have been pretty tired tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah.
Because we have AEW is moving tomorrow to Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So we would have had to go on early to get everything in, and they're going to cover the Collision talk for the week. So that'll be fun with JPJ, my better half on Beards, and Drew Big Money Nicholas, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That'll be fun tomorrow morning. Then we have the brunch gimmick, of course, with the regular cast of characters. Maybe I'll pop. You never know. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow.
See, there you go. The options are endless. If you want to stop by, you can. If you don't,
we got options. So I was going to start this week. I'm going to get it out of the way because it is technically independent wrestling related. And I don't know if I have it in the brand. I'll look. I don't have it, so I'm not going to put it up. But we were tasked on Between Two Beers on Thursday with announcing the next LPW 16 matchup, and it is Phil Deadly and Sean Moore taking on Lumberjack Larry and Rich King of the Rads. And I had them on. Rich King showed up. I don't know how he knew we were going to announce this match. He literally showed up as we were about to announce it, and he was being incredibly nice, and we were going to announce it together. I said, let's announce it together. You're here. We'll get some insights on it. I asked him some journalistic integrity questions about, hey, you lost your titles. He didn't like that. He basically tricked me into being friends with him and then stomped my heart out. So, but yes, LPW 16, our home promotion, is heating up big time with I Think You Should Lariat. We've already announced Shaza and Gigi. We got the Rads versus Phil Deadly and Sean Moore. That's going to be a banger. And then we got 7 taking on the Clandestine Society. Yes. So that's June 30th. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. So we'll definitely be talking about that extensively over the next few weeks. So stay tuned.
And there's already some great interviews up on Love Wrestling. So definitely check it out. Check out the Patreon to get those. Lots of great stuff up there.
Yes. So where do you want to start with the week that was, or do you want to jump into previous? What do you want to do, Blair? How are you feeling?
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm feeling good. I appreciate you asking, so thank you for that. But I think we kicked things off, and we talked about one match last week from that West Coast Pro show, Kid Zombie. But like we can chat about that a little bit. Then we'll preview the weekend we have ahead of us.
Yeah, because I think it was last weekend we were like, oh, we didn't know it was on Friday. We thought it was on Saturday. So then we kind of missed out because independent wrestling TV, like they don't unlike Fight, and I mean I don't know how it works. Like with Fight, you can just it happened, you can click on it, you can watch it on your own time. They kind of like air it live and then put it out like a day or two later or something. So I missed it. So we only watched a couple. I think we talked about Tankman and Beef, how that was a good match. And then I think that's where we left off with the Kid Zombie talk. West Coast Pro's been doing a lot of cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like super cool stuff.
We talked about the Brian Keith, Kevin Knight match because they put on just a fantastic match. I mean,
that's right. I almost forgot about that.
Kevin Knight's little indie run that he has going on right now is turning into something special.
It's super fun, man. Super fun. And Brian Keith has always been just like, I don't want to say this in a negative sense, but just like consistent across the board of just like, absolutely, you're going to get a great match with Brian Keith anytime he's out there. I'm surprised that dude is not a bigger deal.
I am too. I feel like he's someone that a lot of companies should have their eye on because, I mean, he's got the talent. He's got the in-ring work. He's solid in every facet. I mean, like creativity. He's got a great mind for wrestling. And he's someone that, I mean, from talking to him, getting to know him, I'd love to see him get the opportunity, whether it's here, whether it's over in Japan. Like somebody give this guy a run because he is worth every single penny.
Absolutely. But maybe he likes it. Maybe he enjoys the indies. I don't know. You never know. It's always weird when I talk about like independent wrestlers that I'm like, they should be like bigger deals or signed here or signed there. Maybe they like it. Maybe they just enjoy what they do and they don't want to be signed. I don't know. I guess
well, that's the thing. I mean, some of these wrestlers, they're making a great living being able to do independent wrestling, scheduling the dates they want to, working where they want to. So, I mean, for them, it might not be worth it to go for a major promotion. Maybe. Just keep running the indies and doing your thing, So
Lawrence, the Between Two Beards lawyer extraordinaire and just all around stud, saying, "What's up, boys? What's up with you, Lawrence? Sorry, we're making you work this weekend at the Between Two Beards camp with all of the Shaza SRS beef is having off the Rads thing. I mean, it's sorry, Lawrence. I know you're at the office filing paperwork for injunctions and subpoenas and all that fun stuff.
Lots of lawyering. Lots of
lawyering. Too much lawyering. We're always getting in trouble over here. But yeah, so that match absolutely ruled. We left off there, and then we talked about Tankman and Beef. They went to a no contest. I thought that was a fun match. I always have time for my guy, Calvin Tankman, repping him today.
You watched that match before or last weekend, but I watched it for the first time a few days ago. What an incredible match. Like just two hosses going at it, and they were kicking out like all kinds of huge moves. I mean, like Tankman had a power slam on the apron, tope suicidas, cross bodies off the stage, and like just reckless abandon. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and Tankman doesn't believe in wrestling rings. I think like his sole purpose every time I catch him on the indies is to like leave that ring and just cause chaos and destruction throughout the arena that they're in. So I love him for that.
I'm all for it.
I love him for that.
I want to see these two guys go at it even more. Beef and Calvin Tankman. Never thought that match would pop me as much as it did.
No, I know. And then it went to the no contest, and I was super disappointed because I was like, I want a winner out of these two, but I understand why you did it. Bryce, happy Saturday. Oh, happy Saturday to you as well. Hope you're enjoying it. Enjoying your Saturday morning with these two. Well, one handsome guy and this. 1.5 handsome guys.
Bryce, it's a nice day outside, so make sure you enjoy it.
I know I got yard work to do here in a little bit after this. This is my I don't have to go outside yet and dive into the lawn that needs mowed. Shout out to Dan the dad. I'm sorry my yard looks the way it does, Dan. I'll work on it, buddy.
Pluggo's going to bust out those bright white New Balances. He's going to have his jorts on, tucked in polo shirt, and he's going to mow the hell out of that lawn.
Fun fact, I took a picture of Dan the dad at Black Label Pro, and I sent it to Mrs. Pluggo, and she's like, I want you to dress like that exclusively from now on. So whatever Mrs. Pluggo wants, she'll get. So I'll be out there. 2 of the most handsome right here. 3 with you, Bryce. 3 with you, Bryce. This show, now, again, I watched it last week, so I might be going out of order here, but we also had Nicole Savoy versus Nicole Matthews at West Coast Pro Kid Zombie, and I thought that was a lot of fun. That was a good time. Nicole Matthews being the heel always pops me because she's so nice.
She is.
So like, she's a heel. I'm like, what's going on here? But I love it. It was cool. That was a fun match. Nicole Savoy is always she's just good. She's always won for over the years. I never understood why she was not bigger too. But I think that's a case of I think she just really loves what she's doing. So,
well, they faced off in Shimmer a few years back too, so it wasn't their first go around.
No,
you can tell that they had history together just with how great they worked together in this matchup.
Yeah. And it's Nicole Savoy, the battle of the Nicoles. She snuck out the victory there, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, and I'm all for the updated Nicole Matthews indie run that we're getting here with being back in the States. Her and Artemis Spencer, 2 of LPW's alumni there, just seeing them go down and just tear it up in the States. Just put on bangers.
Yeah, the LPW tree is branching out all over the place. Really? Shout out to Spencer, man, booking just bangers, and then those people are just tearing it up everywhere else.
Spencer's he's got a good eye for the wrestlers to bring in.
He's also got a good eye for podcast hosts. Us, I mean, he knows he's got an eye for talent, as they say.
Yeah, sup? Okay.
Hey, you got to put yourself over once in a while. I definitely know I'm here on borrowed time. I'm just waiting for him to wake up and go, hired who?
Why?
What? This guy? Pluggo? That doesn't even make sense.
What is a Pluggo?
That's I don't even know what it is.
He's going to go full Vince and just one day and be like, a Pluggo. What?
Warren Hayes said that he's gone on record as saying that this was his greatest contribution to the wrestling world was naming me Pluggo.
Okay. We talked about Artemis Spencer. Him and Kevin Blackwood faced off. They had a fun little match. Blackwood, I mean, I love watching this guy wrestle. He's so talented in the ring. He's been tearing it up. He was in C4, I think, last month.
He's all over the place.
I think he won their championship there.
Aren't we going to be talking about him a little later? He's wrestling this weekend.
Yeah, he is against Roddy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Roddy. There's so many matches. I'm like, him and Roddy are going at it. That's going to be dope. Blackwood is a guy that I watch him wrestle and I just, Mrs. Pluggo's in the house, the first lady of Between Two Beards, the first lady of my heart, the only lady of my heart, Mrs. Pluggo.
Just waving back.
She's going to text me and go, he just waves? What is that?
Sub Mrs. Pluggo. Let's crack it.
Let's crack. There you go. There you go. We'll get him figured out. But no, We'll get it figured out. Mrs. Pluggo, I love you. I love you, honey. Don't you worry. I'll see you soon. But yeah, Blackwood is a guy that every time I watch him wrestle, I see it and I go, when's the next? Like, he's due for like just this moment. I think he's had moments in the past, but I think he's due for another one. This current Blackwood run over the last 6 months of the 2023, I just see like there's a big future for him. Like, he's killing it, man. And getting a spot against Roddy is no small feat. You know what I mean? She goes, there you go. That's better. Yeah, Blair, when my wife comes on the screen, you better go crazy.
You acknowledge her.
Acknowledge her. She is my tribal chief, bro.
In 2020, like, we're talking peak pandemic, you had like Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, like, kind of king of the indies there. They were putting on, like, hour-long bangers for IWTV Championship or whatever it was. I mean, do you think we're past that point of where you can have an indie wrestler like of that quality still have a run like that? Do you think we could see Blackwood in that spot?
I think he could. I think he would be a guy that you could put in that spot. I think there's I don't want to say in a negative that there's a lack of like the Wheeler Yuta Daniel Garcia thing going, but there seems to be like that spot's open.
Yeah.
Like in 2023, like if somebody wants to be the king of the indies or queen of the indies, like, here you go. Goodness.
Hey, TY.
What are you doing here, TY? Go away. I don't suck, okay? You suck, TY Jackson. You suck. Hi, hello, Blair. You're right, though. Blair's awesome. He didn't say it, but I think the hello there. Don't you have some gas station sunglasses to shine up, TY? Wow. I can't even get them away from here.
Wow.
Now they're infiltrating my Saturday sanctuary with Blair.
Well, it is for exposure. We do talk independent wrestling.
And TY is an independent wrestler, so I guess you're welcome, TY, but you're mean. Your buddy, your little buddy, Rich King, meaner. 2 shows with Pluggo. Are we scraping the bottom of the barrel here at Love Wrestling? Yes, they are. They 100% are.
Hey, Bryce has your back, so I mean,
thank you, Bryce. You punched that one. Thank you, Bryce. TY Jackson, I think he's wrestling at LPW 16. I tend to like gloss over things that are TY Jackson involved, but I think he'll be there. If he's there, I guess you should check it out,
Hey, I'm going to watch, because it's, what better way to spend June 30th? And right. I mean, I would much prefer, instead of going out gallivanting, I'm too old for that. Yeah. I just want to watch some great independent wrestling. So I'm going to queue up LPW 16.
The best part about TY Jackson's wrestling game is that he can always tell you how the ceiling lights look, because he's always on his back taking the 1, 2, 3. Wow. Listen, I was going to be nice today. I was going to be nice, but then Rich broke my heart on Thursday. The Rads have just taken shot after shot. It's not me. Oh, he says heavyweight champion TY Jackson FY. Yes, if we're being professional and we're being unbiased, he is facing Zoe Sager for the LPW Grand Championship. He is the #1 contender because he did win a street fight, a hard-fought street fight at that. I'll give him credit. He took a bowling ball to the nether region. I probably wouldn't. I'd still be hurting, but hey, he's fighting Zoe. But Zoe's on another level, man. I don't know if you're ready for all that smoke, TY. Just like LPW audience, just like the LPW audience. Pluggo forgot about TY. Thank you, Lawrence. Good call. And the Rockets suck, by the way. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do suck, but that's my team. I stand by my team. And Rich goaded me, baited me into a olive branch moment. And I fell for it. And then he ripped my heart out. I thought we were turning a page. Blair, this show is not about the Rats. I don't know why they're trying to make it about them. They're trying to get me fired up. I don't know.
I was ready. I was getting ready to talk about Trace McGrady's run as a Rocket with all the Rockets.
Loved it. Are you kidding? T-Mac's one of my favorites.
So good.
I grew up with we had the Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, Robert Horry, Sam Cassell, Rockets that won back-to-back titles during Jordan's absence, and then it fell off hard. And then we kept trying to make it work. We signed Charles Barkley, trying to do a super team thing, and it didn't quite work out. And then Tracy McGrady shows up years later after some rough years, and it was like, we have hope.
Did you have Steve Francis too for a bit?
We did have Stevie Franchise, baby. Are you kidding me? Stevie Franchise was that guy was a head case. Oh,
I got heat with him for his dismissal of the Grizzlies.
Oh, dude, yeah, he not to go too far off of the independent wrestling thing, but I have been I found Bill Simmons' Book of Basketball 2.0 on a podcast, and I've been re-listening to all of the redraftables that they do, and they did the Steve Francis draft, and they just talked about how he was he was adamant as hell. He's like, I'm not going to Vancouver. I'm not doing it. I won't go up there. And then just he worked his way out of it. And Houston was like, yep, we'll take him.
Oh yeah. Just sliding right in there.
And he wasn't a bad player. Don't get me wrong. He wasn't terrible by any stretch, but yeah, he definitely was all about him. Just like T.Y. Jackson seems to be all about him.
Wow. Okay, we're going to leave TY alone for a little bit.
But we were talking about Blackwood and how there is not a void, but there's an opportunity for a couple of guys or gals to just be like the Wheeler Yuta Daniel Garcia run, where it's they are must see. You drop what you're doing. There's a lot of people out there, so maybe that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe that means there's just so many good talented wrestlers. Well, hello, Grega. I don't want to say that. Grega, well, hello. Welcome in.
I could fully see Blackwood in that spot. I mean, he's got all the talent, and just thinking about him doing all those big indies as the champ running through everyone. I mean, I'm here for it. Because during that Wheeler Yuta Daniel Garcia spotlight run that they had, he was in the conversation then. Mm-hmm. And then Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta obviously got signed into AEW. And I don't know if maybe he just was a little down, because there was a stretch there where it just felt like he kind of was still finding his way. And now I think he's finally all right, I don't want to say he was never motivated, because I don't know. That would just be, I'm saying it's clicking. All right, boom. And I think it could happen. Maybe 2024, maybe the rest of 2023. He's on a good trajectory. That's all. Yeah, I'm excited for the Kevin Blackwood storyline going forward. Is it a storyline? It's not a storyline if it's just you following an independent wrestlers. The Kevin Blackwood trajectory.
There you go. See, that's why I hired you, Blair. Big words.
Yes.
Listen, people aren't wrong when they're like, Pluggo's dumb and he's not good at this. I'm not.
You are good at it. Don't talk about my best friend like that.
Aw. Yeah, TY. All right, sorry. We need to get back on track. I need to stop worrying about these rods. Can we block just all rads interaction from wrestling?
Vert Vixen and Rachel Ellering.
Okay.
I enjoyed those two. I mean, Rachel Ellering, she was in Impact for a bit, if I'm not mistaken. Had her little run in NXT.
Yeah, wasn't she tag team champs with Jordan Grace?
I think so.
Is that a thing that I vaguely remember happening? I think so.
Yeah, I could, if not, I could fully believe it happening. But you watch her and Vert Vixen, and I mean, they're just so talented. They get it.
And the fans were into this match too, which was really cool. It was just a good time. And Rachel Ellering, former LPW participant as well. So, and Vert Vixen, Spencer, that's somebody I'd like to see you sign for an LPW match. Make that happen before she gets big,
because it's only a matter of time before she gets signed to ROH or AEW. So I mean, I would love even Winnipeg Pro to bring her in. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I would love to see her live.
There you go. Yeah, no, that was a fun time. Shout out to Veda Scott, by the way. They kill it.
Oh,
every weekend. I've been meaning to do this, but we're only 4 episodes in, so it's not but every weekend Veda is just on fire wherever she's at. Mm-hmm. Wherever they're at. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They do a great job, and I was something I noticed this past week watching shows too. So,
because they did the. I keep saying she. I apologize. She identifies as they. That's my fault. So, whoops.
It's okay.
I don't want to be. I don't mean that. I definitely. I support they 100%. I don't mean it in any disrespectful way. It's just
honest mistake.
Honest mistake. So moving on.
Can we talk about how great the infantry's when they're announced that they're from a classified location? Like anytime a wrestler has like a gimmick of where their location is, like parts unknown or wherever, like when Red Velvet was announced as coming from your mama's kitchen, and it's like, what?
Yes.
So to say you're coming from a classified location, I'm into this.
That's why independent wrestling rules. You can just be from anywhere or nowhere at all, and it pops people.
Oh, what else did we have? I had the full list here. Okay, Alpha Zone, Adrian Quest. We talked about Nicole, the Battle of Nicole's, Beef and Tankman,
Starboy Charlie and Vinny Visaro.
Yeah, they had a number one contendership match.
And I don't know much about Vinny Massaro, but that match was fun. Starboy Charlie they were killing it, man. It was longer than I thought it was going to go. It was definitely like, oh my god, they're going for a while here. Ultimately, Vinny Mazzaro got the dub. I thought it was going to be Starboy.
And Titus Alexander had a couple matches.
Couple squash matches against some couple people that was it. What did he call it? Vinny Mozzarella or something? And like
Vinny Mozzarella, Starboy Larry.
Yeah, Starboy Larry.
I like Titus Alexander. I mean, to me, he's part of like the next wave of independent wrestlers where like they have like the high flying moves, or not high flying, but like the athletic moves. The in-ring work is incredibly solid. You're just waiting for like that one little breakthrough. Like when PWG used to run way more often and not just like once every 5 months, it seems, you would see these guys get the opportunities and get the chances and really develop and get their name out there more. Because if you were on a PWG show, it's like, okay, you're a thing to watch for. So we don't get that as much, and I feel like you kind of notice it with some of the independent wrestlers because like Titus has been on there, Blackwood has been on there, so I would like to see more PWG shows get these names out there and a little bit more promotion of it, which is weird to say with a promotion that doesn't do streaming, but they still get eyes on the product.
Yeah, I don't know the whole story. Why don't they run more often?
I don't know.
No.
Like pre-pandemic, they were running very consistent.
Yeah,
I think they do like 6 shows a year. So,
okay,
and that's my one thing. I want to go to a PWG show.
There you go.
That's my goal.
Wait, you can do it. I have faith in you.
I appreciate that. So that was West Coast Pro Kid Zombie. It's up on IWTV. Give it a watch if you haven't.
Yeah, check out IWTV, man. That's a good. They got a lot of good stuff on there.
Do you want to pay some bills?
Do I? Do you want to pay some bills?
Well, if you give me the read, I'll pay some bills.
Do you not have the read?
No, I need the read. Do you have the read?
No, I didn't pull it up yet.
Okay,
I can't. I will though. Why don't we talk about something else while I pull it up? Then we'll pay the bills.
Okay. Well, we can discuss the upcoming GCW show that is tonight. Coming from LA. I'm going to get the name right here. GCW. Thank Me Later. So there's some fun matches on here. And the GCW, the newly crowned GCW World Champion, Blake Christian, is taking on the man we just talked about, Kevin Blackwood. So I'm all for the Blake Christian heel run as GCW champion, and I'm glad Kevin Blackwood's getting the opportunity. These two should have a fun little match,
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Yeah,
that just dastardly Blake Christian.
That son of a bitch.
But he's super good, and Kevin Blackwood is super good. So I have to imagine that this is going to be, as the kids say, a banger, friends. A banger.
Well, like Blake Christian, he gets so much heel heat at those GCW shows, but he can deliver in the ring. It's not like he's a bad wrestler. He's actually really good. So, like, you'll hear so many people just crap on Blake Christian. He's talented. He's got the in-ring work. And I think, if anything, his little foray into NXT is like a blessing in disguise for his like newly found independent run, because he's getting all that extra heel heat. He's one of the most hated men on the independent wrestling scene, or at least GCW. So, I mean, I'm here for it.
Oh, see, we got Bryce saying that that Blake Christian could get bent. Yes, he can. No, I love Blake Christian. I mean, I know he's got to figure himself out again. He was the heart of GCW at one point, and now he is. And I can't find this read anywhere, but I'll find it. I might just do it off the dome.
Oh, that's how we get canned.
Canned?
Yeah.
I had it last week. I don't know what happened to it. It always disappears on me. But anyway, yeah, no. Blake Christian is going to retain, of course. I don't think you make all that work and have Black, but it's that match is going to rule. Like, I just know it's going to be something special. I'm interested to see. Again, I've said it last week, like how Blake Christian's going to be as a GCW world champ, because there's a certain level of expectation when you're GCW world champion that you are the craziest mofo on the roster. And I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to be one of those like chicken shit heels that avoids any kind of light tube to the face or something like that. So we'll see what happens.
I do hope at some point we get like a GCW champion who's just wanting to put on like banger matches, like half-hour technical masterpieces. You think it's going to be Blake Christian? It's his time.
So. Bring back professional wrestling.
Wow, it never left.
He'll align with Cardona. It'll just be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, stranger things have happened. And you know, I'm all aboard the Matt Cardona, Steph DeLander bandwagon. So,
yeah, well, we got you on there. That's good. Mm-hmm. All right, what do we got next? What's going on next? As I try to be professional here.
Rina Yamashita versus gang-affiliated Maki Ito.
Maki effing Ito, son. Put some respect on her name, Blair. Put some respect. She's MDK all effing day. That's my favorite thing in independent wrestling right now. By the way,
Maki Ito being MDK all effing day.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why. It just every time I see it, it makes me laugh. It pops me, and I just love it.
I'm a Maki Ito fan. I mean, she's going to be at that IWS show in Montreal in July, the first one that's on Fight TV, so that's a big deal. Not to venture too far off topic, but they got a solid lineup for that card. So I'm not gonna, go to the IWS page, check it out. They're announcing stuff like weekly. So
yeah, they're gonna be on Fight. They just announced, so that's gonna be cool. More wrestling on Fight TV. MLW just got announced to be on Fight. Fight's taking over the world, man, in terms of the independent wrestling scene, which I think is fact.
Mm-hmm.
Fact, fabulous. What we got here says Bryce says he'll be an absolute piece of garbage. That's what he will be.
Bryce has no time for Blake Christian.
No time for Blake Christian over here with Bryce. Bryce, did Blake Christian pour sugar in your gas tank or something, my friend? Tell me why. Go ahead. Let's pay these bills. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. I'll punch it up. Hold on. See, I'm not ready now.
This episode of For Exposure, and just like all Love Wrestling shows, is brought to you by our new partners at BetStamp. Here at BetStamp.com, just like Trivago or Hotels.com, they put you in the position to pick the best sports book to gamble with. Whether, every odds maker does a little different, right? So this way you can win, you can save or win up to save's the wrong word, win thousands of dollars more on average by using BetStamp, because they will put you're going to click it again, Blair, because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
They will put the codes, or not the codes, they will line them up, whether it be DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever sports book is in your area, they will line it up and they will tell you who will give you the best odds to place your bet with. Go to their website right now, betstamp.com, or download the app on Android, iOS, Apple Store. and put in the code Love Wrestling. It's absolutely free. Tell them we sent you to get started today on your betting journey with BetStamp. It is a fantastically easy interface to use. I've used it. Blair's used it. It's wonderful. You don't have to put it back up on the screen, but yes, put that referral code in. Love Wrestling. Let BetStamp know that you want to start betting with them because of us. Keep the lights on, so to speak. But it's awesome. It's great. It's wonderful. It just boom, boom, boom. It just lays out like Caesars has better odds on there's no NBA anymore. Baseball game. I guess we go baseball. The Cubs White Sox game today, if they're playing.
The CFL games this week.
The CFL games. And you can even gamble on CFL games. That's 100% true. Because one night I spent quite some time figuring out gambling odds and like looking through the BetStamp app, and you can gamble on like lower level, like table tennis. It's crazy. Some sports books go deep. So if CFL, Saskatchewan Roughriders versus the Calgary Stampede, you want to put some money down, they'll tell you which book.
Roughriders lost yesterday, so
did they? Damn.
Yeah, to the Bombers.
But I'm just saying, they'll tell you which sports book is best. But use that Love Wrestling referral code. Tell them that we sent you. It's all free too. It's all free. Like there's no money down. You don't have to put any money in on this. Just tell them, Pluggo and Blair sent you. Yeah, he said, whoa, Pluggo. Apparently I like the Saskatchewan Roughriders. That's the name. I was like, that name's badass. I think that's my CFL team. So I'm hurting too. I'm just saying, if you wanted to gamble on those games, you can using the BetStamp app. As long as it's offered in your area, gamble responsibly.
We were just,
what I'm going to do next week? I'm going to make sure that read is somewhere before we do it, so we don't miss anything. But I think I hit every important point.
I think so. So I'm going to ask Zach to resend it so I have it, and then all the pressure is not put on you. I should help.
You're fine.
Titus Alexander, Jack Cartwheel. We were hyping up Titus. This should be very high flying. Jack Cartwheel does all kinds of acrobatic stuff in the ring. Has forays in Mexico. He's all over the West Coast shows.
So you're saying that Jack Cartwheel is just not a clever name. He's actually
he's very Cartwheel-esque.
Yeah, no, I like Jack Cartwheel. The name, first time I heard it, I was like, Jack Cartwheel. What is this, like a goofy gimmick or something? Like, are they taking a shot at like flippy guys? And no, he's very good.
Yeah, like the core strength that guy must have to be able to pull off some of this stuff. I'm not even going to say it's something I would dream of. I'd have nightmares of that because my body would crumble under the pressure. So
absolutely crumble.
Our boy Kevin Knight, who, like we said before, having bangers on the independent scene, facing off with Alec Price.
Yep, and Alec Price is another one of those. Just Kevin Knight and him are just gonna jump. They might hit the ceiling at this venue wherever they're at.
Yeah,
with the high flying stuff.
The Ukrainian Cultural Center. So there you go.
Yeah,
some pierogies and borscht and do.
That place is nice looking. They do a good show. They did a lot of the collective there.
Yeah. Cole Radrick, Starboy Charlie. That's probably what's going to kick things off. And Kenny King versus Effie. So, I mean, Effie's weekend with Father's Day, Daddy's Day. So Effie's going to have some fun.
Yeah. Effie's killing. Effie's got some stuff coming up. Big Effie.
I think he's working the first wrestling in Minnesota the next day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I just saw that flyer this morning while I was perusing the old interwebs. First Wrestling's got one tomorrow. That's going to be a good time too. I don't know if that's televised anywhere. It should be.
You know what they do is they actually release their things on DVD, if I'm not mistaken.
Still, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So look, I'm a mark for that sort of stuff. I love being able to go and like order a DVD of an independent show and just sit back and watch it at my leisure. So it kind of gives like older vibes of like, tape trading days and all that stuff.
You're showing your age there, Blair.
Oh, am I ever? Oh,
you got to get hip and now with the streaming, dude. No,
I've got the streaming, but
I'm old as dirt. It's okay.
I got VHSs still, so I mean that says something.
I don't know if I have any VHSs around. I might. I used to. They're probably in a box somewhere. Anyway, Who's left on the GCW card that we haven't talked about yet?
Joey Janela and Sawyer Wreck versus Los Macizos.
Oh, that's gonna be gross in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna bleed like immediately.
It's
probably gonna be Sawyer just hitting herself with a light tube or something.
Yeah,
she's crazy.
I would venture all 4 wrestlers will bleed at some point. And the one that I'm looking
that would be a fun match to start the show off with. I don't like you said. I think Cole Radrick they'll start the show.
Yeah,
and Starboy because you'll just start off with that. But that would be a fun just get it out of the way. Mm-hmm. Nasty, bloody, just GCWs in the house. I'd have fun with that.
The one I am most looking forward to: Nick Gage versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, isn't that just when you saw that? Oh, you were just like, "What? Huh?"
I love it.
Like, don't get me wrong. That's just 2 absolute opposite, just completely. Because I don't think anybody's ever going to mistake Nick Gage as like a technical wrestler, and I don't think he would even admit he's got. You know what I'm saying? And Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the most technically sound wrestlers on the planet. So I'm super intrigued on how those styles will match up.
Yeah, the contrast in styles is a huge selling point. You couple that with the fact that it's Nick Gage and Zack Sabre Jr., 2 incredible wrestlers in their own right and their own styles of wrestling. And it's like, this is like, I don't want to say a dream match because it's not really like, what I would think of a dream match, but it's like one that it's like, I'm going out of my way to watch this one. It's
just
it's gonna be fantastic
for sure. Curiosity, but it will be good. It will. Will it get death matchy? Will Nick Gage just start? Will he go full David Arquette on him? Just kidding.
I doubt it, but
I'm interested, man. I saw that and I was like, all right, I see you, GCW. That's a match.
You never know.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be excited about it, concerned about it. I'm just intrigued and I'm gonna watch.
You're supposed to be curious and ready for fun because that's what that match is going to be.
Okay. I'm ready.
So that's GCW. And
maybe at the end of it, Zack Sabre Jr. becomes gang affiliated. I don't know.
Zack Sabre Jr. ZSJ MDK.
Yes, there you go. Just why not?
Yeah, get the shirts made up like the Run DMC style logo. ZSJ MDK. Like,
yes, I'm Zach. In. There you go. I think we just figured it out, Zach. If you're listening, which I know you are.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he be?
You're welcome. Send it. All we ask is that you send us a shirt.
Yeah. So that is up on Fight TV tonight, coming from LA. So it's a late start. Before that, though, you can go and you can queue up Wrestling Revolver. Oh, what's the name of it? The Ring of Destiny. So that is also on Fight TV, but that one's coming from Dayton, Ohio. So it's going to be normal time, not West Coast time. I operate.
That starts at 7, so it'll be done probably in time for GCW to kick off or a little after. So, like, if you want, you could watch. You could be 6 to 7 hours straight tonight of just pure independent wrestling gold, if you like.
There's still Collision you can watch too. You can you can go from tonight at 7, and I'm sure there's enough wrestling to keep you going through so that you can go right up into firmly AEW tomorrow.
Yeah, if you wanted
12
to
hours of wrestling.
Just not sleep, get you some energy drinks, and then you stay up all day tomorrow. Like, yeah, why not?
So, this Revolver show, I mean, talk about having something for everyone. You want blood, there's going to be blood. You want flippy stuff, there'll be flippy stuff. You want just pure wrestling, there's going to be pure wrestling. Yeah, I love it. So, where do we want to start with this one? I mean, you got the Revolver title match, Steve Macklin facing off with Jake Christ. There's lots of Impact flavor on these shows.
There is. The ABC's there.
Yeah, against Motor City Machine Guns.
Motor City Machine. Yeah, it's just like that we just saw that not too long ago, I think, on Impact. So Revolver's like, let's do it. And you should. It's going to be fun.
Alex Colon versus Crazy King. That's the match where you'll find blood because it's a unlucky 13 staple gun match.
No, I don't. Oh, staple gun to the forehead, dollar bill style. Over under how many dollar bills will get stapled into a guy's in one of their foreheads today? I'll set the bar. I set the bar at 2.5.
Over.
It's over. So 3 between the
Yeah.
two of them, or 3 on one.
3 on 1. They'll go for a fourth, but it won't stick.
All right.
Yeah.
Marking it down, putting it on the big board.
We know how good that I do when it's on a bet with you. So
yeah, you fail miserably.
Yes,
but
yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see. Staple gun match, man. Woo.
Not really my jam, but you know what is the 8-man tag match, because you got the Second Gear Crew and John Moxley against the Rascals and Ricky Shane Page.
There's gonna be some blood there too, I have to imagine.
Well, Moxley, so
yeah, he's gonna bleed on his entrance alone. But no, I'm excited. Like the Rascals, Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel. Like, let's go. Wentz always puts on bangers.
Yeah. And then they got Myron Reed teaming up with them, RSP.
Oh yeah,
so.
Myron Reed in the house. Myron Reed is another one of those guys that I think is on the trajectory of something big. I just always feel it with Myron.
Yeah, you know, I kind of feel like the pandemic definitely halted a lot of guys' projections. You know, like it definitely took. I don't want to say took them down, but it didn't do anyone any favors when it comes to like their careers. You know, like just having that time away, kind of like the whole industry was in a bit of a lull. You know, it's because you couldn't do shows, so you're not getting your names out there. You're not being able to watch anyone. So it's
well, and I think like over the last like latter half of 2022 into this year, like a lot of shows are coming back and up and running again, and took some shows some time to like, because you know, if some of these independents weren't running shows, there wasn't places to work, and then they didn't have the money coming in to continue to do it. So you're starting to, like we've kind of sprinkled throughout this whole show, you're really starting to see these guys and gals get more places to work, more exposure. We're for exposure. Hey. And then like the Fight TV's really taken off with picking up a lot of these promotions. Independent Wrestling TV's always had a bunch of these promotions. You're just finding more places to see these people, which is working for a lot of them. So Second Gear Crew, you know, that's going to get gnarly with Mox, Answer, the one called Manders. It's going to be, that's going to be something. That's a clash of styles. So
in the same vein as the Nick Gage, Zack Sabre Jr., just a little bit different. That's worth watching just to see what they're going to bring to the table.
Just pure unadulterated violence.
We got Alan
and beer. They're going to bring beer too, because you know Manser's got a drink.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all 4 of them. 3 of them probably enjoy a beverage from time to time. So
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Alan Angels versus Robert Martyr. Most likely kicking off the show. You got a singles match announced with JT Dunn versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah.
So the last time Takeshita was in North America before he kind of signed with AEW, like it was kind of funny seeing just the random indie shows that he would work, because he worked for like, I think mid all-star wrestling in like Wisconsin or Minnesota, in that area. And it's like, huh?
Yeah, he did that weird little, I don't know how that works, but they like it's like he did some AEW stuff, he wasn't quite signed, and then he did that weird independent run. I went and saw him wrestle at Warrior, but he's back doing some more little independents here because now he's officially signed at AEW. So I'm all for it. I love me some Takeshita. I got my autographed Takeshita. Oh, yeah, right there.
Nice.
Yeah. And I survived a headlock from him. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the rematch.
Oh, Takeshita doesn't know what's coming. And
I don't want the smoke.
You want the smoke?
I don't.
Ali Catch and JT Dunn. JT Dunn doing double duty, facing off with the Brat Pack, Billy Starks, and Brogan Finley.
Brogan Finley is somebody that I've started to really come around to as like I watch more and more of his stuff. He had a match last night at Action Wrestling. It was really good. He's a guy that I enjoy quite a bit. And then you factor in Ali Catch is always fun. JT Dunn's got a Billy Starks. Like that's going to be a fun time. I think that's just going to be a fun match.
Yeah, I'm a big Ali Catch fan. I think she's great. So I mean that her Brogan Billy Starks, JT Dunn, they're going to have a fun little match. So I'm ready for it. So I'm just queuing up some info before we keep going. Okay. So that is the Prestige show. That's the Wrestling Revolver show.
Don't feel bad. Like when I was doing research for this and getting ready for it, I kept confusing the Revolver and the Prestige show together only because Roddy is wrestling for Wrestling Revolver in like 2 weeks. So like his face is still popping up on a lot of their promotional stuff leading into that show where he's going to fight Speedball. So I was like, oh, wait, oh, shoot, look, oh, which one is it?
Out of texts back and forth I sent you being like, oh, there's 2 shows going on at the same time in the same same state, and then it's the next day it's like, never mind, one's the next day, the Revolver shows that day. It was harrowing times. So
we struggled.
Oh, this has been a week, let me tell
you. That's a good problem to have, I guess.
It
is. So much good wrestling that it all kind of runs together as just awesomeness. But anyway, yeah, we're on to the Sunday night portion of your weekend. Prestige Worldwide.
Presenting Black Sunshine. Pardon me. Prestige Wrestling Black Sunshine. Coming from the Globe Theater. Love the Globe Theater as a venue. And it's funny, you look at the lineup and there's like a smattering of wrestlers who you're going to see everywhere else this weekend. You're going to see them on the GCW show. You're going to see them on the Revolver show. So you got, I should say, this event. The other 2 are on Fight. This one's on IWTV. So as we mentioned, if you don't watch it live, it usually takes a day or 2 before it's up there. So fair warning. Sandra Moon versus Rina Yamashita. So, I mean, that's a little bit of a contrast in styles there.
You know how I feel about Rina. She's awesome. I'm excited. Yeah. Sandra Moon is fun, too. I enjoy her a lot as well. I think that'll be just a fun match. I think they're just going to have some fun with it.
And I'd venture to say that Sandra Moon is one of the nicest people in wrestling that people just haven't realized yet. So I'm putting that out there.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Alan Angels versus Kid Bandit.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm a big Kid Bandit fan. I think they are great. So
they are fantastic. Shout out to former Quizplex contestant Kid Bandit, by the way. Shout out to Zach.
Did not know that.
Yeah. They were on how many? I think it was last fall, maybe. It was a big one, but it was fun. It was fun. And then Alan Angels is on this little indie run right now. I think is going to be a lot of fun. I seen him pop up. He popped up at a couple places last weekend too. So excited for that.
Talk about someone betting on themselves and it paying off. Like I always love to see that when it comes to wrestling. Like, in the same vein as Matt Cardona, maybe not to the same level, but like you could sign a contract, stick around, and be a lower tier guy in a major promotion, or you can go out on the independents, do it your way, and just put on these banger matches. And that's what Alan Angels is doing.
Yeah. And I think I don't know the ins and outs of what happened in AEW, but like you said, he could have stuck around, did that kind of Dark Order thing, and no disrespect to Dark Order, but that thing kind of was, you could see like the writing on the wall in AEW where it was kind of just becoming like an afterthought. It wasn't as featured, and I don't even think it's been featured in quite some time now. So yeah, he made the right decision. Kind of like with Kylan King, she did the same thing where she was like, they were pretty close with her in AEW, maybe signing her. She was heavily featured on Dark. She said, nope, let me go out there, do my thing, and show you what I'm worth. And then when you come calling again, that one, selfishly for both of them, I think the price will be much higher. And two, like you'll know what you have. So good on him. I'm very excited to see what he does against Kid Bandit here.
There's a Lucha Fatal 4-Way with Destiny versus Sonico versus Galeno Del Mal versus Ray Horace. Ray Horace is a name that I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, I was going to say. And I was going to be completely honest, up until you said Ray Horace, I hadn't heard any of those names. So I'm very intrigued to learn some new wrestlers with this show. And yeah, what's Ray Horace been up to?
Well, Sonico has been doing a lot of Pacific Northwest stuff. So I mean, Prestige runs all through the West Coast, so I'm not surprised. So, yeah, Ray Horace just disappearing and popping back up.
We'll take it. That'll be fun.
This match, Lee Moriarty versus Kevin Knight. Talk about banger written all over it. I'm a huge Lee Moriarty fan. Kevin Knight, been loving what Kevin Knight's been doing, so that one's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, Lee on an independent show, he's going to show out too.
Yeah.
Like oh my gosh, give me all of that. I'll probably watch that match twice over just because it'll be so good.
Motor City Machine Guns first facing off with the Rascals. That's a Prestige versus Revolver match. That's what they're announcing it as. So.
Oh, there you go. That's going to be a fun one, and that's essentially just like another Impact match with Trey Miguel.
Yeah.
Is it Miguel and Wentz, or is it Myron?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. So they might just decide at the last minute.
I'll try to. I'll look for it, and you can talk about how great the Roderick Strong versus Kevin Blackwood match would be.
One word: great, awesome. No, it's gonna be good. Like we talked about, like Roddy on the Indies. This is gonna be fun. A Roddy indie run. We haven't seen Roddy on the Indies in a long time. Obviously with him being busy with the WWE, the AEW stuff. So I'm excited for this. And Blackwood, we talked about it. Blackwood being in the spot, that's huge for him. Mm-hmm. I think there are going to be a lot of different eyes on this particular match just because Roddy's involved. So this will be a great chance for him to show out. I think, it's going to rule. I can't envision a world where I leave this Kevin Blackwood Roddy match going, that wasn't that great. Like, I just can't see it in my mind because I think they're two incredibly talented technical wrestling. It's just going to be awesome. So we'll see what happens. If I'm on this show next week and go, that wasn't for me, something bad had happened where it was just like the worst chemistry ever, but I can't envision that happening.
No, you know what I'm expecting from this match? Like peak Roddy Ring of Honor action,
Yes,
like
just breaking backs, baby.
So.
Just Kevin Blackwood is going to need an icy hot patch after this one, right around that lower back section.
For the Rascals, we got Zachary Wentz and Trey. So
it's Wentz and Miguel. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Killer Kelly versus Taya Valkyrie.
Yes.
I love both these two. They are incredible. Huge Killer Kelly mark. So
yep. And that's another one. She left the WWE system and has just flourished. Like the Killer Kelly, because they were they weren't gonna, they were calling her Killer Kelly, I think, or they weren't gonna call her Killer Kelly in WWE. But she's kind of reinvented her character, and like she's had just great matches across the board. So
working with
I can't say enough good things about Taya.
Yeah. No, both those two. West Coast Pro World Championship match, Titus Alexander versus Nick Wayne. Ooh. So that one, very much my jam, this match.
Nick Wayne is down a title since he lost his Defy Championship. So it's a little lopsided when he's with the East West Express and Jordan Oliver's got his belts and Nick's only got one. Maybe he pulls it off.
So, and it was originally supposed to be Leo Rush, if I'm not mistaken. So Nick Wayne's taking the spot of Leo Rush.
What's wrong with Leo? Is he hurt again?
No, he had to back out. They're going to run the match later on. So
okay. Yeah. No, I was just like, please don't tell me he got hurt again, because I just watched him do some MLW stuff. Now I know they tape shots of it, so it could have been weeks ago. But like, I was like, oh, I love Leo Rush in a wrestling ring. So hopefully he's okay.
And to cap off the card, we have Team Filthy versus Vinny Massaro, Tyler Bateman, and Jordan Cruz. So,
Team Filthy. Tom Lawler, your best friend?
One of them, right up there with my other best friend, Pluggo. So
it's like Tom Lawler, Pluggo, and then everyone else?
It's like Tom Lawler and Pluggo right here.
Oh, yes.
Same level. So there is a lot of fun wrestling this weekend. So, I mean, definitely go and check it out.
Yeah, I think I don't know if we're missing anything, because those are the three big ones.
Yeah. And
which show of the three are you most excited for?
That Prestige Black Sunshine show.
Prestige show? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And then did we determine that, like, who's wrestling all three? Blackwood's wrestling two of them, right? Motor City's wrestling two of them.
I think the most is twos, if I'm not mistaken.
And nobody's doing the trifecta.
Would
that even be
so.
Would that even be possible?
It's possible, but it'd be to. I know it's because one of the Ohio and LA show at the same time. So
yeah, so you couldn't do it. So 2 out of 3. So we have a lot of 2 out of 3ers.
Yeah,
that we'll probably be talking about next week. Going, whoa, did they just put on 2 banger of matches? So
Black Rob's like, whoa,
or Joey, whoa.
So definitely check it out. And I mean, if there's shows coming up you want us to take a look at, hit us up. Let us know about them. We try to have our fingers on the pulse of the independent wrestling.
We definitely try.
There's so much. So.
That's what we said from the beginning. We won't be able to cover it all because there's so much of it. But if there's a specific match, a specific show that you're like, you got to see this, let us know. We'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll find the time. I'm excited for this weekend. I have a 3-day weekend, Blair. I'm off on Monday, so I get to live it up, and I'll be watching a bunch of wrestling throughout the week.
Is Monday a holiday in the States, or is it just?
It is. It's Juneteenth, and
okay.
My company, you get paid for the day, and our boss said, "Why don't you guys just take the day off, unless you want to work it?" And I was like, "I'll take it," because we would have got paid time and a half as well. And I was like, you know what? No, a 3-day weekend. I haven't done that in a while. Let me take this one. Because it also falls on like. For my workload and full shoot isn't a very busy workload week. So I was like, yeah, I can probably make that work.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, I'm all for it. The 3-day weekends. I was happy just to have a 2-day weekend this weekend. I was able to take a day off today.
Heck yeah.
Why not?
Heck yeah. And talk some fantastic independent wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, T.Y. Jackson had to like derail the thing. That damn dirty rad. Those guys, man. Those guys. Somebody needs to take care of them for me. Like somebody needs to just beat them. Just beat them on June 30th. Beat all the rads. Take L's. That's what I want.
We might need to, get a little sit down, some mediation between you and the rads, and like get this all hashed out.
I think so. I mean, listen, he couldn't figure out how to penetrate the stream, but if TY ever wants to come on this lovely program, we'll have it out.
Yeah, we'll chat. We'll set something up one day. And you guys, I'll be the mediator. We'll hash it out, and we'll
Bryce fixed it, but he said weekend tests are always good. Tests on the weekend? No, he said rests. Yes, rest are, but tests on the weekend? No tests. No tests for Pluggo here. Just rest. I'll rest all the time. But this was fun. This was we had a lot to cover. We got it all in and like just over an hour, which look at us. Look at us.
We powered through that Prestige show, but hey, we got it.
I had to cover it all, man. Those 3 shows are just nuts. And then, like I said, we got Collision happening. Like, this is a good weekend if you're a professional wrestling fan. SmackDown last night was pretty good too. Mm-hmm. I know we don't talk a lot about that, but yeah. So you're set. And coming up this weekend on this channel, who knows what's happening? Stay tuned to Love Wrestling CA on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Maybe they have a MySpace. I'm not sure. We should get a MySpace. Let's bring that back. But, we got the brunch gimmick tomorrow morning. You got Firmly AEW with JPJ and Big Money Drew. They're going to break down all the Collision talk at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that'll be cool because I love when those two get to chatting about AEW. They get all fired up. It's beautiful. You can get JPJ yelling. It's a good time. CM Punk is back. I'm excited for that. I can't wait.
I can't wait for all the discourse about CM Punk. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be just heaven on the internet for the next few days. So, on that note, Blair,
yes,
plug your stuff. I'll plug mine. I'm having you plug first because I want to see if you can nail it this week.
Yeah, I almost got it last week. I cut you off.
Almost. We were this close.
So you can find me up on Twitter at GraymakerPod. All the other social media is Graymaker Wrestling Podcast. So just give it a search, and dropped a new episode with James Roth, the real deal, incredible wrestler here in Winnipeg who deserves all the opportunities because James is fantastic. So that's what I look for.
Hells yeah. Yeah. Well, you can find me at Pluggo _ on Twitter, and then at Pluggo Loves Wrestling on all the other social media platforms. You can find this program here at 4 Exposure Pod on Twitter. Go give us a follow. That way you can just go right there and figure out where everything's going to be, where we're going to be, and how we're going to do it. Whatever weekend it may be, you never know. We might pop up at different times. Who knows? But that's where you find it. And then at B2 Beards for all of your Between Two Beards stuff with JPJ and I Thursday nights. Stay tuned. We got a very big guest. He wrestles independently. So we have him coming Thursday night with me and JPJ. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that's where you can find me at Blair. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You got it? Are you queued up?
Oh, I've got my finger on it to hit the button. So,
let's see if you can get it. We're 4 episodes into this thing. Let's see if you can make it happen. Until next time, friends, we're out. Enjoy the wrestling this weekend, whatever you may like. Wrestling.